You've probably heard online marketers say they pass people through funnels. What exactly does that mean? It means the person is enticed to sign up to your email list via a landing page. After they sign up, the person receives a series of emails from an autoresponder. The end of the funnel is when the autoresponder messages stop. That's when the email subscriber turns into a customer and buys something. Does all this sound complicated? If it does, then you're not alone. Many people find it difficult to use services such as ConvertKit to run their email list. You won't have that problem after watching our videos. You'll learn from the pros the entire process of how to set up your funnel and the best ways to turn your subscribers into cash. I've created a step-by-step video series which will teach you everything you need to know about ConvertKit. So let me help you accelerate your success today.
Hello and welcome. You're now looking at ConvertKit.com. And ConvertKit is considered to be an email autoresponder which specializes in automations. It's designed as such that you should be able to send targeted content to an individual whenever you want that individual to receive the email based on activity they undertake. Unlike other autoresponders, you can edit the content in order to dictate that automation, which allows for simplification of the automation process. The site integrates into a number of third-party services in addition to third-party service connector Zapier. And although its use is made for any entrepreneur, a number of the features reflect individuals that do business online. So in this course, we will cover the features associated with ConvertKit and how you can use them in your business in order to write better emails. You'll also see how you can use ConvertKit to organize and understand your subscribers. And naturally, we will also cover automations. You'll see how ConvertKit integrates with other services. Now to note, ConvertKit does have a free 14-day trial. The lowest price plan as of recording of this video costs $29 per month. We will look at the pricing in the next video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. We are now at the ConvertKit page. What we're going to do is we're going to try ConvertKit for free, and we're going to click this button. When we get to this page, what we're going to do is we're going to choose the method that we want to start with ConvertKit. Now, one thing you can do is you can move your relationship from another tool or even try another tool. And so what you're going to do is you're going to choose the autoresponder that you already have. You can choose Aweber or any of these other 4 autoresponders. There are others that you might be able to use as a way of connecting to ConvertKit. What you can also do if you are testing during the trial is you can start from scratch. And so you can click this button that says, no, I'm just starting for email. And what we can do then is we're going to click yes. Now, if you already have a website system that you're using, you'll choose it. You can choose one of the other systems if you're using another platform. Once you choose your platform, you can then create an email address that you're going to be using in order to get started with ConvertKit. You're then going to click Get Started. Now, once you are inside, if you want to move over some of your subscribers from another email autoresponder, you can go to Subscribers. And then what you can do is you can import from another provider. Welcome back. Now, before you get started putting together the account settings, you are going to want to confirm your email address. And so you'll need to go to your email box. You'll need to click on Verify Your Email. You'll then need to refresh your page. And your email address will then be confirmed. Now, if you use a free email account, in order to sign up, you may see this message. The email sending will be disabled until your account has been approved. Now, one thing you can do is you can change your email address. And what you're going to be doing is changing your email address to one where you own the domain. We're going to add an email address where we own the domain and click Add. We're then going to confirm the pending email. We're then going to verify this email address. Our email address is then going to be confirmed. We're going to set the new address as our default. You'll then be asked to write in your website or blog URL to request approval. And then ConvertKit will then look over your site to determine if you will be approved to send messages. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to walk through the completion of our account settings. You're going to want to place into the dialog box a company name. You're then going to want to choose an account domain. And if you already have a landing page completed, you can select it. If you have a landing page, you can use it for your home page. Once you have your information in, you can then click Save Settings. In some cases, before you can start saving information, you're going to need to write in your sending address and your country. You're then going to want to make sure your profile is correct. You will have a photo inside, and that will typically be based on your Gravatar if you're using an email address connected to your WordPress account. Now, in your email settings, ConvertKit will use the information that you have. In the email section, you'll typically have an email that will be your sending email unless you add an address and specify otherwise. You'll see your address, which is going to be required for sending and will be at the bottom of your emails as a reply address. Now, one of the things that you can do is to verify your domain in order to make sure that your emails will be deliverable. You're going to click this button that says Verify Your Domain. You're then going to want to write in your domain. Now, in order to verify the domain, you're going to want to add these records to your CNAME. Now, typically, this is going to be something that you may have to have done with your host, depending on how these records are done. The best thing to do would be to check with your host to understand exactly how they would want it done. Depending on your level of account, this will be something that you'll need to complete yourself at the host, or you'll need to have their support to do it for you. Now, once your records have changed, you may need to come back to this page, click Validate Your Domain, then click Validate. ConvertKit will then let you know your domain name has then been validated. You'll then click Close. Now, in terms of custom domains, you'll need to have a landing page first, and we'll be doing that in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the things you'll see inside of your account settings is you have the ability to allow a team to manage your email. And you can do that by going to the Team section. Once you're there, what you can do is you can click Invite a Team Member. You'll determine what that person's role is. You'll then write in their name and email address. What you'll then do is click Invite. That person will then get an email stating that they have been invited to ConvertKit. What they're then going to do is they're going to sign in to ConvertKit. Once they're inside, they're going to click the link that says Join the Team. They'll then fill in their credentials and click Join Account. That person will then have access to your ConvertKit account at whatever role that you want them to have. And the person will be added to your account. Welcome back. Now, in this video, we are going to add subscribers to our account. And we're going to go to the subscriber section and click on that link. You'll then see a button at the bottom right. You'll then click Add Subscribers. Now, before you begin adding single subscribers or even importing individuals from other providers, you want to make sure that you have tags in place. Now, the tags will be the way that you'll be able to differentiate different groups of individuals inside of your email marketing list. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create a tag. And all we'll need to do is we'll need to write in our tag name. Once we do that, we can then click Save. We can add in another tag. And we're going to write in our tag name. Once you do that, you'll then click Save. What you can also do is create a segment. And when we do that, we're going to create our segment name. Once we create that segment name, we're going to put together the different tag and classifications that would fall under our segment. And to do that, we're going to click Add Filter. We're then going to select tags. We're then going to select the tags that we want to add to our segment. And then we'll click Add Filter. Once we do that, we'll then click Save. Once we have tags and segments, it will then be easier to begin adding subscribers to our email marketing list. We're then going to click Add Subscribers. In this case, we're going to add in a single subscriber. We're going to write in the name of the individual as well as their email address. Now what we can do is we can add this individual to a specific sequence, to a specific form if we created one, or a specific tag. In this case, we're going to add the individual to a specific tag. We're then going to click Save. And the individual will then be added to our account. Now, as demonstrated before, we can also import our subscribers from another provider. So in this case, what we can do is we can click Import from another provider. We can then choose the provider. Now, in order to connect to MailChimp in particular, we're going to need the MailChimp API key. Now, every connection is going to be different. We are demonstrating how you would connect to MailChimp using the specific instructions given to you by ConvertKit. Now, once you've pasted in the API key from MailChimp, you'll then click Start Import. Once it's been completed, you can then click Done. Now, the import will take time in order to complete. And once it does, you'll then have subscribers that are going to be part of your account. Now, once those subscribers are part of your account, it will be confirmed. You will not need to have them to opt in again in order to be part of your list. Welcome back. Now, in some cases, you won't be doing a direct integration in order to bring your subscribers in. You may be able to secure a CSV file from the platform that you're using. You want to bring that CSV file into your ConvertKit account. To do that, you're going to click Add Subscribers. What you're then going to do is click Import a CSV. Now, when you do an import, you're going to want to be aware that the individual will experience any automation rules that you have running on the tags or sequences that the individuals will be part of. So what you're going to do is you're then going to drag and drop your CSV file into this area. You're then going to grab your CSV file. You'll then click Open. What you'll then do is choose how you want the individuals to be categorized. You'll then choose your tags. What you'll then do is you'll go down into the mapping area. You're going to want to click inside of each box. In this case, we're going to determine that the email field should match the email. The first name will match the first name. Now, in some cases, you won't have anything available in your last name. However, you will have the email and first name. What you can then do is then click Import Subscribers. And the import process of your CSV file will then begin. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to start the process of creating a form for our subscribers. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Forms and Landing Pages. Once we come inside of this link, what we're going to do is click New Form. In this case, we're going to choose a form in order to grab our new subscribers. Now, you're going to choose how you want to display your form. You can display the form as an inline form. You can do it as a modal in your website, or you can do it as one that will slide in. We're going to choose one in this case, which is an inline form. We're then going to choose one of the templates that ConvertKit gives us. Then click Choose. We then have a WYSIWYG editor that we can then edit. We can add in our image. Once we've completed working with the form, we can then begin to edit the settings. We can then choose the success message, or we can redirect to another page. Now, you'll have a standard confirm email. However, if you like to edit that confirm email, you can edit that confirm email in this area. You can also choose to have single opt-in, which would mean you'd want to auto-confirm your new subscribers. If you untick the box, all subscribers will then be auto-confirmed. If you tick the box again, you can then make sure that they go through the double opt-in process. You then direct them to a specific URL once they confirm. What you can also do is you can give the individual a specific download instead of directing them to a URL. Once you've determined this, you can go to the next step. It's here that you can make appearance changes to the template. There are some advanced settings to the form, which you can choose. You can send the subscriber to a thank you page. You can also add in a reCAPTCHA, or you can choose not to have these things inside of your form. Once you have all the options that you want, you can then click Save. Your form will then be created. What you can then do is preview the form. Once you've done that, you can then click the Embed button. You'll then have the HTML code to add to your website. If you need to use HTML and not JavaScript, you can do that. If you want to use a shortcode inside of your WordPress site, you can do that. If you'd rather use a hosted form, hosted on ConvertKit, you can share the page that ConvertKit gives you. And if you have an unbounce integration, you can use it here in this area. Once you've made all your changes, you'll then click Save. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to create a ConvertKit landing page. And to do that, we're going to go to the landing page area. Once we come into this screen, we're then going to click New Form. And then we're going to click Landing Page. Now you're going to notice several kinds of templates determined by what you're trying to do. Once you determine how you want to use a landing page and what you want to do, you're then going to click Choose. You're going to want to give your landing page a specific name. You're then going to want to customize the specific elements of the landing page that you're working with. What you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to go through each of these settings. Now, once you've edited the elements, you're then going to want to preview your landing page. You're then going to click Save. And when you are ready to deploy the landing page, you'll click this Share button, and then you can have this form hosted by ConvertKit. Welcome back. You can also add your landing page to your WordPress website. And to do that, you're going to need to use a WordPress plugin. So we're going to come inside of the Add Plugins area in our WordPress website, and we're going to search for ConvertKit. And once we have it, we'll then click Install. Once this plugin has been installed, we'll then click Activate. You'll then come inside of your settings area, and what you're going to do is click ConvertKit. In order to get the plugin to integrate, you are going to need your ConvertKit API key. You'll find that API key in your settings area. It will be within the Account Info tab. You'll then come inside of your plugin. You'll then add in the API key. Now you're also going to need your API secret. What you're going to do in this case is click the Show button. That'll show your API secret. You're going to copy it. You're then going to head back to your WordPress website. Once you have it, you'll then click Save Changes. And your settings will then be saved. And when you are creating a page, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the landing page area. You're then going to go to the landing page you want to add. You'll then want to add in the block, and then you'll want to save your page. And you can now see the page preview. And what we'll now do is click Publish. Once the page is published, we can then click View Page. And our landing page is now on our WordPress website. Welcome back. Now inside of your email area, you're going to have email settings. And whenever you start sending broadcast emails or sequenced emails, they're going to use the emails that you have in this setting. And so you're going to want to have emails that will help you to get your mail delivered. Typically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your email to match your verified sending domain. And so if you don't have an email within your email settings that you'd like to have appear in your email address, what you're going to do is to go inside of your cPanel or control panel. What you're then going to do is to come into your email accounts. You're then going to create an email. You're then going to want to create the username that you want. You're going to want to give that email a password. You're then going to click Create. Now you are going to want to hold that box open, because now what you're going to do is you're going to go back to ConvertKit and add the new email. And what you're going to do is click Add from Address. You're going to write in the name and then the new email address. You're then going to want to click Add. You'll then want to check the email box for the email address that you just added. You're then going to refresh your email. You'll then see your Verify email address. You'll then want to click the Verify your email. Your new address is now confirmed and ready to be used as your sending address. Welcome back. Now that you have a sending address, you are now ready to begin sending broadcast emails. So you're going to go into your broadcast email setting. You're then going to click New Broadcast. You're then going to select your sending address. You'll then determine who is going to send your email address. And so you'll see here that in general, you can send one email to all subscribers. What you can also do is you can click Add Filter. You can say then that you want to add individuals to specific tags, sequences, forms, or products. We're going to add an individual to a specific tag. We're now going to choose that tag, and we're going to click Add Filter. So now what we're doing is we're making sure that the only individuals that are going to receive the broadcast are going to be those for whom we want to see it. We're now going to click Next Step. We're now going to give our email a subject. And we're going to write the information in that we want to have inside of our email. Now we do have a WYSIWYG editor. So wherever we have our content, we can add in any of the effects that we want to have inside of our email. We can also insert images, we can insert files, we can insert buttons, and we can insert a divider or even an HTML block. If we need to add in a personalization code, we can do that. And for example, if we want to make sure that we want the individual's first name, we can have that individual receive the email as their first name. What we're going to do right now is we're going to stop the video here. And in the next video, we're going to go over an element of personalization unique to ConvertKit. Welcome back. Now, one of the things that we can have with ConvertKit is that we can personalize individual lines for individual emails. For example, if we were to come to this line and we were to click this button, we can then add in a certain level of personalization. What we can do here is to personalize an email based on subscriber tags. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click Subscriber Tags. And we're going to see a level of code here in this area. Now we want to make sure that we have the subscriber tag exactly how it is inside of our ConvertKit system. Now we basically have filled in this personalization by saying if the individual receiving the email has this tag, then we want them to see this string of text. Otherwise, if they don't have the tag, we want them to see this string of text. And it is another level of personalization for our email. What we're now going to do is we're going to click Browser. And you'll see here that when we do the preview, you'll notice then that we have our string of text for the individual that has the tag. What we're now going to do is click Save. And And we're now going to click Next Step. Now that our email is ready, we can either schedule the email for a specific time or we can send it immediately. We can choose to save this draft. If we want to come back to this later, we'll have our broadcast draft ready to be sent. Welcome back. In this video, we're going to start the process of creating sequences. And we're going to go to the link that says Sequences. What we're then going to do is click New Sequence. We're going to give that sequence a name. We're then going to click Create Sequence. The first thing you're going to notice is that you have sample content inside of the first email. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to write out the sequence and the emails that you want to be inside of that sequence. Once you have all of the emails that will be inside of your sequence or series, you're then going to start to edit the elements of each one of those emails. So for example, you're going to determine when you want the email to be sent. And what you can do inside of a sequence, of course, is the very first email, you can make it so that it's sent immediately. You can also make it so that there is a filter for this email. So for example, we can add in a specific sequence for this email. We can select an individual based on forms, sequences, tags, or products. And just as we did with the broadcast email, we can go inside of the WYSIWYG editor. We can add in certain contexts which we can personalize. And we can personalize based on the subscribers' tags. And you'll see that we have in here our sequence where we can put our content in according to the subscriber tag. Once we have each email, what we're going to do is you'll then want to preview the email. And once it's ready, you'll close it out. And what you can then do when the email is ready, you can change the status of that email and make it so that it is published or saved. Then your first email will be ready to go. You'll then want to start working on the second email in the series. Now by default, that email goes out 1 day after the first email has been sent. Now ConvertKit requires that we save all the emails before we can start previewing our other emails. And basically, once we've completed our edits, we can set the email to be published. And we're going to do that for the other 2 emails. Once we do that, we'll then click Save. Now what we're going to do here is stop the video, and we're going to pick it up from the settings of the sequence. Welcome back. Now once you have the series of emails and you have them in your left side panel of your sequence, what you're going to do is you're going to go then to your settings. And what you're going to do is you're going to set up first your sending email. You're then going to set up the time of day. Now what we're going to do is leave this in the default setting so that it will be determined by the time of day when it has been sent in. Obviously though, what you can do is you can set it so that these emails are going to go out at a particular time every single day. Now you can determine a specific email template. You can use a text-only template, the classic or modern template. What you can also do is you can exclude certain subscribers from the sequence. And so for example, one of the things we can do with the sequence is that we can determine that the individuals that are going to receive these broadcast emails, that they can be excluded with specific tags. They can also be excluded from specific sequences. They can also be excluded by specific forms. And basically what you have is you have the ability to make sure that the only individuals that are going to be getting automated emails in a sequence are going to be the individuals that you want to receive the email. What you can also do with this sequence is you can duplicate the sequence or clone it so that you can reproduce it for another set of subscribers. You can also delete the entire sequence by going inside of this area. What we're going to do right now is we're going to click Update Sequence. And once we do that, we're then ready to save our entire sequence. And finally, we can test the email by having it sent to our sending address. Welcome back. Now, ConvertKit has integrations with certain cloud-based services. And there are two ways to find those services. One of the ways you can find them is by going to your Automations tab and then going to this link that says Integrations. You'll see those integrations here in this screen. Another way to see the integrations is to go and do a web search. And if you go to ConvertKit/integrations, you'll be able to see certain integrations that will work with ConvertKit, and you can search for them by their function. You can also search for them by name using the search box. For example, if you're looking for integrations for e-commerce, you can click this link that says e-commerce. You'll be able to find the integrations to work with here in this area. For example, if you were to go to fulfillment, you'll see here that there's going to be an integration here for Wishlist Member, which is a WordPress plugin. Now, going back to the Automations tab, one of the things you're going to note is that all of the integrations are not present on this page. So if you want a true reflection of the automations, you will need to go to ConvertKit.com/integrations. Now, you do want to be signed in, and signing in from this page will not necessarily take you through the integration. In this case, you're actually going to come back to your Automations area. You're going to click on Teachable. What you're going to do is you're then going to write in your Teachable site domain and then click Next. Once you're connected successfully, you'll then click Next. You'll then need to take this ConvertKit URL. You'll need to paste it into your webhook settings for your Teachable site. Now, this is going to be a case where you're going to need to upgrade your plan with Teachable in order to use the webhook inside of ConvertKit. And so every integration is going to work slightly different. Teachable works only with the advanced plan. However, some will work directly with the basic version. Welcome back. Now, ConvertKit also integrates directly with the Wishlist Member plugin. So if we click the Wishlist Member button inside of the Automations area, inside of the Integrations area, we're going to come to this page. And what we're basically doing is having an individual added to a Wishlist Member level and then added to a ConvertKit list. Now, wherever you have the Wishlist Member plugin, you're also going to want to make sure that you have the ConvertKit plugin installed. If you don't have the plugin installed, you're going to need to add new plugin. You're going to need to type in the keyword ConvertKit. And you're then going to need to install and activate the ConvertKit plugin. You're then going to need to come inside of your Wishlist Member plugin. You'll then go to the Setup area. Once you get to the Setup area, what you're going to do is to go to your Integrations tab. You're then going to go to the Email Providers tab. You'll then see a ConvertKit connection button. You'll then click that button. What you'll then need to do is to click the Toggle button. What you'll then need to do is to configure your settings. You'll then need to add in your API secret from ConvertKit. You'll come back to the API secret. You'll click Show. You'll copy your API secret. You'll then head back to Wishlist Member. What you'll then do is to paste in your API secret. You'll then click Save and Close. Your ConvertKit will then be connected to your Wishlist Member installation. You'll then be able to see your mailing lists. And what you can basically do then is have individuals added from a level to ConvertKit. And so what you'll do here is you'll choose the list. You'll then click Save and Close. And then all of the individuals that become part of this level in Wishlist Member will then be added automatically to one of our lists in ConvertKit. ConvertKit also connects with page building systems, such as Lead Pages, as well as OptimizePress, the WordPress-based page building system. And to connect, you're going to go into your integrations area. You're going to click on the integration that you want to make. Now you'll see that there is no direct integration by clicking a button. So what you'll need to do is to come inside of Optimize Press. You'll then need to go to your email marketing services. You'll then want to click on ConvertKit. What you'll need then is the API key from ConvertKit. You want to come back to your account settings, grab the API key, copy it, and head back to Optimize Press. You'll then want to place the API key. You'll then click Save Settings. Now once you've done that and you are setting up your page, what you're going to need to do is to go inside of your opt-in page. What you're going to do inside of the opt-in box is you're going to choose your integration, and you're going to choose ConvertKit. And ConvertKit will automatically populate with the list that you have inside of ConvertKit. You'll then choose the list that you want to use, and then you'll do the rest of the process inside of Optimize Press as you normally would. So basically what we've done is we have integrated our ConvertKit lists into our Optimize Press system. Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to look at automations. And what we're going to do is to go to the Automations tab. And what you're going to see here is you're going to have a button that says New Automation. Now we can look first at two directions. What we can do first is we can look at the templates. So we're going to click Browse Templates. And what you're going to see are automation recipes, or ways that you can create automations with the steps already pre-done for you. If you're to do something simple, like an evergreen newsletter, you can click Use Template. The automation will then copy, and you'll then have the automation on your desktop. Now it could be that there are steps in that you don't want to have as part of your automation. And so if that's the case, we'll edit the step and we'll delete this event. You'll see then that there are still only two events. We can go inside of another event, we can delete it. We now have one event. So now that we have one form, what we're going to do is we're going to change this to a form that we've already created. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have the individual added to this form. We're going to update the event. We're then going to look at this form. You'll see here that this is a landing page that we have already created. What we're going to do now is we're going to choose what action is going to happen. So we're going to click this button. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have the individual added to a specific email sequence. We're going to choose the sequence. We're going to click Add Action. So now we have the individual added to a specific sequence. So what we then want to do is to make sure then that we no longer need this evergreen newsletter because we have the individual getting emails that we have already set up in advance. So we can now delete the sequence, and now whenever someone joins this form, they're going to be added to a specific sequence that we have already created. We now have the end of the automation. Basically now what we want to do then is we want to turn on the automation, which we can do by clicking on this button to turn on the automation. And so now when the individual signs up through this landing page, they're then going to be added to a specific sequence. Welcome back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to edit one of our existing automations. And you'll see here that we have automations available. However, there are no steps involved. So what we're going to do is we're going to now click inside of this automation. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click Create Automation. Now we're going to start with the prompt from ConvertKit. And so what we're going to assume here is that an individual joins a specific form that we've created. And so we're going to choose the form. We're then going to click Add the Event. So now we have the form that the individual has joined. Now when that individual signs up through this specific form, we're then going to choose a specific action. What we're going to do then is we're going to add the individual to a specific tag. And we're going to find the tag, and it's going to be a tag that we have created previously. We're then going to click Add Action. So now when an individual signs up with a specific form, we're going to have this individual added to a specific list. So what we've done is we've said now that when an individual comes through a form, we're going to have them added to a specific tag. And so what we're now going to do is we're going to set a specific condition and then take some action based on that condition. So we're going to click this condition. So we're going to state now that if this individual who has been tagged has another tag, let's assume then that we want to have an individual that came over from a specific list. Maybe they have this also specific tag. And we're going to add this condition. Who came through the form, had this tag added, also has the second tag. We're then going to send them to a specific email sequence. And we're going to add that sequence and click Add. If the individual does not have this tag, then what we're going to do is we're going to add them to a different email sequence. And so basically by using forms, landing pages, tags, and conditions, we can then direct individuals to the place where we want them to be inside of our email system. In conclusion, all of your broadcast emails will default to all of your subscribers. And the way to segment or separate them is to use the tools inside of ConvertKit. ConvertKit allows you to filter all of your subscribers within segments, cold subscribers, distance, subscription dates. You can also then filter those subscribers. You can choose a specific filter. And those filters can be based on forms, tags, sequences, and products. The sequences you set up will be based on individuals that may join a specific form or are tagged in a specific way. As you can see in this automation, an individual joins a form, they are tagged, and then they are then added to a specific email sequence which we designate at the very beginning. So to set up a traditional autoresponder, what you'll need to do is you'll need to set up a sequence, and that sequence can be a series of emails that you have written ahead of time. But you'll notice that individuals are not automatically added to that sequence. You will need to start that process with some kind of automation based on the way that they come inside of your list.